Good morning, everyone. So nice to finally be in an event in person and to see so many people here from all over the world. I just had a few chats outside, and we've got people here from the US and from Africa. I was really excited. I'm really excited that the world's starting to connect in person again. So if some of you have been to the World Expo in Dubai already, a lot of people walk around and say, this is a great event and there's all this infrastructure, what's going to happen next? And this is what I'm here to share with you today. So District 2020 is the site where we're currently hosting the World Expo in Dubai. And the legacy of that expo is to turn that site into a human-centric city and an innovation ecosystem for Dubai. So the site is ready. We are hosting the World Expo, as you can see the timelines here, for 6 months, from October up until March. And then we'll just have a 6-month transition where we repurpose 80% of the assets on that site to then open up at District 2020 in October next year. The site is quite huge in terms of scale. This is a helicopter view of the site. Just for you to visualize how big that is, the site is double the size of Monaco. So that's how big this innovation community is going to be. It's 4.38 square kilometers in size. We have more than 115,000 square kilometers in terms of offices, spaces for innovation labs, accelerators, incubators. But we also have 800 residential units because we want this to be a community, not only a place to work, but also a place to live and explore. We will also have a hotel. We have a huge exhibition center just outside, as you can see, where we will hold a lot of global conferences, and many are already happening there today at the Expo as well. The whole site is powered by 5G networks and smart city services, so it enables a lot of deep tech companies to operate from there as well. So as a mixed-use community, it is human-centric by design. Our goal is to not only build a community of employees, but also residents and visitors. It's human scale in terms of its design because you just have 2 or 3 floors. It's very walkable. We have pedestrian-friendly walking streets, a lot of communities, culture attractions, as well as everything you need when you live there as a resident and as a business. In terms of our location, we're in the yellow spot you see right there. We're just 15 minutes away from the Jebel Ali port, which makes it very ideal for businesses in terms of cargo and moving items, and just 10 minutes away from the Al Maktoum airport, making it very convenient in terms of hosting events and delegations from abroad. We're actually part of Dubai's growth corridor. We're one of Dubai's 5 urban centers, if you've seen the Dubai 2040 Urban Master Plan. So, as an integrated community, we not only look to supporting our members when it comes to business, but also to supporting and having a balanced lifestyle focused on wellness. We're very sustainable in our approach, making us an ideal place to work, live, and explore. First, start by telling you about our innovation ecosystem and community, because that's what really makes us different from all the other free zones that we have in Dubai. There's 30 of those. So, as an innovation ecosystem, we do focus heavily on 4 sectors: smart logistics, smart mobility, smart cities, and smart manufacturing, which is your Industry 4.0. We chose to build our community based on these 4 sectors because they align very well to Dubai's future vision in terms of growth. And a lot of them enable, a lot of them are basically aligned to Dubai's strengths as a logistic hub or as a smart city in terms of its infrastructure. We also heavily welcome any business that has deep technologies that support these industries that we focus on as well, because that's what will enable our vision to go forward. We're not looking only into setting up offices to build an innovation community. We're looking to really attract accelerators, incubators, venture capitalists here, co-working spaces, and research and academic institutes. And all of those, again, would align to our industries of focus. So one thing we want to do in this innovation community is really build it on a quadruple helix model of innovation. Our goal is to
close the gap between government, academia, R&D, industry, and citizens. We're going to get the 4 stakeholders to work a lot more closely together, and that's the role that we would play as an innovation ecosystem developer. We're going to really push for co-creation, not just collaboration. And the way we're going to do that is by having all these different stakeholders work together in a space we have at District 2020 called a Living Lab. This is actually the first of its kind outside Israel in the region. It is powered by 5G networks and the smart city infrastructure that we have, so any startup can plug and play into our infrastructure, into the data that we have to pilot and test new ideas alongside government and corporations as well. And that's how we'll facilitate co-creation amongst all the stakeholders that we have, as well as citizens in District 2020 that will opt in to be part of those pilots. The next part I want to talk to you about is our global entrepreneur program, Scale to Dubai. This program is going to facilitate our attraction of startups and a soft landing into Dubai through District 2020. This program is focused on attracting small businesses and startups that are at a scaling stage. So your Series A and very promising seed stage startups that are part of the 4 sectors I mentioned that we look into. To facilitate their setup in District 2020, we're going to give them 2 years of free working space, visa, business setup, access to our community and to the facilities that we have. And the good news is the whole program's equity free, so we don't take any shares or stake out of the startups. We've already signed 13 partnerships with different entities locally and internationally to attract all this talent into the Scale to Dubai program. The program's actually open for applications, so if you are a startup here or if you know of any startups, then we'd be really excited for them to be part of the program. Applications are open up until December this year. We then will have a panel of technical judges that evaluate all the applications that we receive, and we will actually announce the winners on the global stage at the EXPO just before the event concludes. And then they will join us in District 2020 as soon as we open up our doors in October next year. If you're a VC here and you're interested in tapping into startups that you want to invest in, then this is also a great program that you could partner with us on and have access to those startups. So I told you about how District 2020 plans to attract global talent, and that reflects our first value, which is diversity. I also told you about how we plan to enable collaboration and co-creation through our Living Lab and our Quadruple Helix model. The last value I want to share with you is how we're going to focus on sustainability and well-being for our community there. So aside from work, we do have 45,000 square kilometers of green parks and green spaces at District. We have 5 kilometers of a jogging path, 10 kilometers of a biking path, and 4 kilometers of autonomous vehicles to really enable mobility and moving around in District itself. With all these facilities in place, we've actually been named the Middle East's first Well Community Standard pilot project, which basically means it's a community that's designed to promote a lifestyle of wellness for all its residents. All our buildings are LEED Gold and Platinum certified, and that basically means that they're built to the highest standards of sustainability with low carbon emissions. And finally, a lot of our projects have received also CEQO ratings, 8 of them specifically, which also kind of echoes again our sustainability value. So the offices are available for people who are interested. You can reach out to us and we can start having a conversation around that. And you're ready to move in October 2022. Even though we open up in a year's time from today as we're having this conversation, we do have 4 huge global partners that have already committed to be part of our community. The first one being Siemens. Siemens are actually moving their logistic headquarters out of Munich and into District 2020 for 10 years. They really believe in Dubai's power of being a logistics hub and in the community that we're putting together. They then got very excited and brought their sister company to us, Siemens Energy, who are also going to be looking into mobility at District 2020. We have DP World, who are opening a huge logistics academy and institute at District 2020, and Terminus Robotics from China, who focus on IoT and robotics, and they're opening their first international branch outside China and in District 2020. So all we want to say is co-create the future with us and join our community. And I'm very excited to meet all of you here today and take a conversation forward. Thank you very much.